Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to an episode of Braincake. Welcome to an episode of Braincake. It is I, Jimothy, Jim, whatever you like to call me. Yeah, I am that person. Along with me today for this episode, which will inevitably most likely be a leftover, is Jer and Adam. Say hello to them. Gentlemen, say hello to the audience, the cretins that enjoy this stuff.
Howdy. Hello.
Well, I don't really know. God damn, it's been a long time since I've not been pretty much steering a ship.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's been like since J&J days when we were doing podcasts, just the two of us. Oh my God, it's been so long ago. Keegan does a great job.
Keegan is a good moderator.
Oh my God, I mean like. Just with Braincake in general, dude, he works his ass off. I mean, like, it's still in the early phases of it, but he has put so much effort and time into it. I feel like he truly believes it, as do I. I feel like it's a good, fun time for the world to have, regardless of whether we're boring or awkward or we say some strange shit.
Of course we say strange shit, man.
Or we're getting harassed. You know, whether it be physically or emotionally or however it could be, Adam.
It's 2020, man. There's a lot of fucked up shit going on.
Oh yes. You would think in 2020 we would be so far ahead, right? But here we are, we're fucking as barbaric and stupid as ever.
Like, my grandfather used to talk about how he thought the world, like, now would be like the Jetsons, you know? Absolute opposite. We're closer than ever to an apocalypse, you know?
But no, I would say really we've gotten pretty close to that.
Yeah.
To the Jetsons, like in terms of technology, I think there's some stuff there that the Simpsons.
I mean, think about it.
The Simpsons, Jetsons really did kind of spot ahead of time. You know what I mean?
Self-driving cars are a thing now. They used to be such futuristic technology.
Yeah.
But now it's like it's a thing that's coming. It'll probably be a normal thing within the next 50 years. People will just be typing in where they want to go,
and everybody just be chilling, just sitting there in their cars, being beaten off and checking their Facebook accounts while
watching Netflix going down the road
on their way to a show that's fucking 6 hours away. If they still people would probably go back to just like traveling again. You know what I mean? Just by cars instead of just not even dealing with it or taking flights.
You know, if they could get it to the point that you actually don't have to touch the wheel every, like, what is it? Like, once a minute you have to, like, confirm that you're actually driving.
Right, but I mean, that's for safety reasons.
Right.
You don't want, obviously right now the technology's young, so it's not good enough just to let it go, so you always have to touch the wheel. That way, if it's making a mistake, you can always correct the mistake.
Yeah.
But it'll be cool once it gets to the point of just not having to do that.
Like, think about how many, like, DUIs and stuff can be avoided. People way too drunk to drive can make it home now instead of wrecking, killing someone. So there's a lot of pluses to that.
No more do you have to drive drunk and kill other people, folks. You can get home safely.
Isn't that the kind of the point of pushing these self-driving cars? Is that they would be safer than humans behind the wheel?
I mean, I suppose so. I don't know. I guess
it doesn't even have to be a huge amount. They just have to be better drivers than we are.
Yeah, like, I don't doubt the technology, but I do have my doubts because it's still really, I mean, it's in its infancy.
It is.
It is still in its infancy, so there's all sorts of errors that are to be expected, I would think.
Right.
But I think I just have an old school mentality with shit like self-driving cars and Teslas and whatnot because I love driving. I feel like I have to drive. You know what I mean?
They open road is yours.
It's not even like I don't even the idea of the option or to even have it as an option doesn't even appeal to me. Like in my head, like it sounds cool, but for me, I wouldn't want it.
Well, imagine if cruise control when you're just on the interstate and you just don't feel like driving.
Yeah,
you're tired. You're coming back from a show. That's when you would use the cruise control, which would be the self-driving.
Yeah. I mean, like, cruise is probably, like, the furthest I've been with it. You know what I mean? Well, that's probably the furthest it's went with most technologies in cars up until a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm. But think if cruise control just automatically took over with a self-driving AI, and then you just didn't have to worry about it. To me, that's what cruise control means. It doesn't just mean I'm just going to give it gas and brake.
You know what cruise control would probably be to me?
What?
As if you could probably just lay there on your back and just, God, I don't know, get your legs rubbed or something by somebody, and you're just, the car is just propelling forward. It doesn't need you. It says, fuck you. I mean, I know a Tesla would do that, but I'm just like,
Well, I mean,
I
to
don't
an
know.
extent, a Tesla would do that. You still have to touch the wheel.
right, but see, like, I don't want to touch the
What if you? Can you trick it
I
with
just want to
Hulk
have my
hands?
legs touched.
What
Like
the-
Hulk gloves? Yeah, can you trick the Tesla steering wheel with Hulk gloves? Just like sticking them on there so it thinks the human hands are out. But then, like, you wouldn't have to put your hands on the steering wheel.
Maybe if you come to a stoplight, people would just think you're, like, angry. You know, like, you just have Hulk hands. You're screaming all the time because they have, like, the voice commands or the voice activation and then the gloves.
Oh my God.
That'd be, no, come on, that'd be beautiful.
Beautiful.
You're just laying there asleep, or you're getting head or something in the driver's seat, and there's just Hulk gloves sitting there on the steering wheel.
I like
Like-
how you, at the age we are, somebody's just getting head in the driver's seat.
I mean, why not? I mean, I'm sure it still happens. Some people are still pretty adventurous. It just depends on your personality type. I mean, it's not for everybody, I'm sure, but I'm sure there's some people out there that would just love nothing more than a good.
I just don't see a Tesla.
Manbeast off screen.
You can
He
start a
just nodded
company
his
with
head.
Tesla. The car picks you up with a whore already in it. You know.
Oh,
There you go.
A Jezebel. A fucking Jezebel comes to pick you up. Jesus Christ.
That's horrible.
It is horrible.
Well, there goes the money.
Like,
Yeah.
what money? Whose money? Shout out to Manbeast. He's off camera, ladies and gentlemen. He's here, per usual. As per usual as well, we're all waiting to see how long it will be before he goes to sleep.
He was almost out until you mentioned that about a head, and then he was all like,
Yeah, he woke. He woke up for sexual activity. He may be revealed later on. Who knows? More to come, or more to be revealed, as somebody fucking said. I don't know who that would have been, and it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because fuck them. Their words are famous, not them. Fuck them. What else they famous for? I'm sure somebody. I'm sure somebody will light my ass up, and it's somebody really important. I'm gonna feel really stupid.
They must not be that famous because I have no idea what you're talking about.
But if somebody were to bring it to me, I'd be like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Correct me, but don't.
Yeah, correct me, but don't be a dick. I can be a dick because this is exaggerated. This is entertainment, so you can.
Oh God, don't do
Grab
that.
my fucking scrotum and just.
You want it yanked off? Is that what you're saying?
I know, I'm not trying to yank it off.
I mean, look, tie it to a post and take off running.
No, what am I, Johnny Knoxville? I'm not doing that.
Hi, I'm Jim, and I'm going to rip my dick off.
Hi, I'm Jimothy, and I'm going to tie my dick to a traffic light.
Here we go. A traffic light.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take off on a moped. Go,
Talk about doing the helicopter.
a moped. That's not extreme enough, is it?
A moped.
It'd be slow and agonizing. It's pulling my dong.
Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. I've got my nutsack out, and I've got it sitting here on this dining room table, and underneath my nutsack is about 30 pin cushions. Not pin cushions. What the fuck
What's
are
a
they?
pin cushion?
Not a pin cushion. Fucking push pins. Jesus.
Oh.
There's 30 push pins just sitting there, or thumbtacks, whatever you want to call them. There's a whole bunch of fucking thumbtacks under your nutsack.
Oh.
And my boy Manbeast here, he's got his big skillet-sized paws that he's gonna slap down on your nutsack on top of these thumbtacks.
Oh my God.
So there you
What
go.
if he's using a Hulk fist like he was talking about one time? Just
Hulk smash.
Well, if he carves a hole in it, he just
my
beats
God.
off with that Hulk hand.
oh.
What would you call that, man? Like it's a big green fist wrapped around like a little hot dog, like a little just a little
hot
wiener.
dog.
The cleanup's easy. Just turn water on.
Turn water on. No, who needs
Preheat
to
your hand before you use
Who cleans up? Fuck that.
Who cleans up? What do you mean? Who cleans up? You can't just walk away from that. Well, what do you mean? You can't just
Please elaborate.
Is that like a sex toy thing, or
No.
what do you mean?
I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, I was confused. I was like, wait a minute. Are we not cleaning our sex
No, that
toys?
shit's gross. It would like smell and grow some weird mold after a while. You
Oh,
know?
my
Shrooms
God.
kind of like your shroom children would be growing. in the corner,
Shroom children?
The
Yeah.
shroom children, spermies,
You got socks crawling across the house and shit.
What is this?
socks crawling across.
What is this colony of cum children that you talk about, you motherfuckers? Oh
You know,
my
motherfuckers
God.
that, don't clean up after themselves.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to name drop or anything or even hint at any of it. But
Who has sock monsters?
I'm not telling you who it was. But
Sock
like growing up, they
monsters.
was somebody that, obviously every now and then they kind of missed a little speck or something in their room.
Oh.
I think you know.
Well, I
But-
don't. But I mean, like, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, there was this time a certain someone we know was dared to lick the floor if they lost his bet, and him knowing that's where he set his computer base, and matched a batch. You know what I'm saying? Made a batch of chickens here.
A batch of chickens.
You never heard that?
I've never
Somebody told me
heard-
that up here one time. You ever made a batch of chickens before?
I've shot a big hot load onto the floor. Is that what you're saying?
I can't quite say I've ever heard of a batch of chickens before.
But,
To describe that,
It was kind of bad after the fact. He told him, like, I don't clean up, and he's like, oh, what do you mean? He was too young to understand. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good.
A little weird.
I have a fun story for you.
Okay.
One time, actually, Manbeast was with me. Oh my God, dude! You talk about us being young and stupid. That was I think maybe it was like 20. I was 22 probably. So that you were probably like 20. We went to Huddle House. Do you remember? After we got done eating inside, we were gonna go, I think, back to your place. But we ended up going back, I guess, no, we went back to my place, but we were going to go back to yours. But before I got in the car, I guess we made a dare or a bet with each other. You made a bet with me, something. Whatever. There was a fucking piece of chocolate cake laying in the fucking parking lot in the Huddle House. Do you remember? I picked that cake up off the parking lot.
Oh my
A
God!
Huddle House.
Did you ate concrete? I mean, parking lot
I
cake.
ate concrete cake.
You ate parking lot cake.
And I got really fucking nauseous and sick real
Well, I
quick, and you
wouldn't say
drove
you
me
did.
home. You remember that? Yeah, but I mean, like, that's nothing new to any of the stupid shit we've done like for years before that. We always done dumb shit. We were testing Darwinism on a regular basis, just to see if we could survive. Why the fuck not? And here I am. I'm 30 now. I'm alive. If that's not taking me out, like, I'm just cursed. I'm cursed to live.
Don't worry, buddy. Corona's gonna get you.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Coronavirus.
Is that so?
Do you know the way?
Do I know the way?
Do you
I don't know the way. But I will say this about the coronavirus, and I'll leave it at this. It is scary, but we've been through these types of things before. Like the H1N1, swine flu, mad cow disease. Just a variety of things. This is just a different type of infection. We've had these coronaviruses for decades.
I agree with you. It is kind of alarming because we can't seem to find a way to stop it.
Yeah, and the thing is, there are no cure for these types of infections anyway.
Well, they've been somewhat curing it, but apparently there was a woman who was cured and then went to Japan and tested positive for it again. So we don't really know if what we're curing works. But I mean, at the same time, when you think about the normal flu, how many people it kills compared to what Corona has killed so far, it's not really that alarming.
Right, but also it's a small pool to pull from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a small number to look at right now.
I think it's really weird how fast this virus became a thing, and it came from a certain area.
I mean, like this.
Like, what causes something like that?
But you look
It-
how
it could
dense
be
their population
environmental.
was.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like if it's going to spawn in a place that hosts over 1 billion potential hosts,
True.
it's going to be easy for it to move. And and this virus apparently is undetectable if you have it. I mean, like for a while, so it's sitting there dormant inside of you, practically just silently going to work.
Yeah.
For a while before it actually reveals itself, and by that time, I mean, like the mortality rate, granted, isn't high. As of the time we're recording this, it's not a high mortality rate.
Right.
But the thing is, I'm not gonna let it scare me
Into not living your life.
into living my life. That's what I think people should. I mean, like, not that I'm telling people what they should do with their life, but
Right.
you shouldn't let shit like that spook you. Walking around like, oh God, what am I gonna do? What if I get sick? What if I'm next? This thing could get me. And me like, yeah, it could. But you know what? You could walk outside and get hit by a fucking car tomorrow too.
Yeah.
What difference does it make? I mean, like, if it happens, you will deal with it or you don't. Like, just accept death, man. Like, death is something we have to deal with. And, I mean,
There's
you
no
just
stopping it.
There's no
So
stopping
I'm
it.
like, sure, treat the coronavirus as a serious thing, but don't let it stop you from just doing your everyday activity until it becomes a point of, hey, there's open cases in your area. You should probably take
Yeah.
serious precautions.
Yeah.
Until that point, don't treat it like it's some kind of like everybody has it situation.
Exactly, but
Because-
but that's also not an excuse for people that aren't
Hygienic
that are
to
not
be
hygienic. I mean,
unhygienic.
like you still
Exactly.
need to be washing your hands and shit, man. Like,
Exactly.
You don't need to.
Cover your coughs and sneezes. Wash your hands.
That's the main thing that spreads these diseases. People's like, I've
Yeah.
seen so many people daily go to the bathroom
Well-
and not wash their hands.
We lost the camera, folks.
Oh
Sorry.
no! Oh no! Well, let's see if I can fix something. We're adjusting on the fly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank goodness for me. Thank goodness for Jim.
Will that sit up there?
Jim is here to save the day. Oh, my God.
What a YouTube video. Technical difficulty, guys.
Jesus Christ! In a handbasket.
We should be able to smoke in here, guys.
What are you talking about, Willis?
We can have a cigarette. I can crack the window.
Well, we're not going to get everybody in that shot, though.
I mean, ay caramba. It's okay.
I mean, we can set it over there.
No, I mean,
That's
you're
all right.
cool.
We
We're
got
going,
this.
You can
man.
get in the middle of it.
For those that are listening on the audio, this is a horrendous event that has happened on our video side. One of our cameras have ceased to live. So we're using mine, which was aimed at me, because I am egocentric and it must point at me. That's not true. It could be true.
He said it must point at me.
It must point at me. No, I mean, like, I didn't fit in the screen because I'm a big boy. But I think...
No.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if you mess with that right there. I'm going to vamp, ladies and gentlemen. We used to fuck with a channel called Mindless Vikings. I've moved very far away from the microphone. I was trying to vamp, y'all. Sorry about that. Oh, as I
Come this
scoot
way.
in. We, Adam
Yes.
and myself, we used to do a channel on YouTube called Mindless Vikings. It's not even that we used to. I mean, like, technically we still could at any time. We've just been really lackluster about it.
Well, we kind of evolve and molt into different things.
I mean, yeah, of course. I
It
mean,
gets aged.
Keegan, of course, as well with Mindless Vikings. It was, it's our brainchild, all three of us. And here, I mean, like, he's branched off and done this braincake thing, and I think it's great to see, and it's pretty cool to have you on here, man. And
I'm honored.
yeah.
I feel bad that Keegan can't be with us, but
I mean, I am too. This is strange because I do believe this is possibly the first braincake without him around.
Well,
Which is very to me. That's bizarre because, like we were talking, like he and I usually are together on his show a lot, and we're used to him being there because he tends to moderate, he tends to kind of guide, but he's also his presence. You can tell when he's not in the room because he mods the room.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like part of his spirit is with me today.
His spirit is here.
So-
You can feel him. Kiwi, we feel you, Kiwi.
Your aura is around me, Kiwi.
Kiwi, oh my God, we worship you. We want you to come here and bless us with your presence.
Yes, anytime.
Whenever you become of age, we are all going to elect you to lead this great nation into beautiful places. And your hair is golden.
Kiwi 2030 something.
Kiwi 2040. I mean, like, he'll be much older than the actual age to run for president at that point, but damn it, that just sounds nice. How about Kiwi 2044?
There you go.
Begley 2032.
Begley 2032.
Begley 2030. Or 2031. What year is it going to be?
What?
I am so confused.
On that one.
I got so confused.
I don't know, guys. We can't do math on the fly.
Oh my God, is this a sinking ship?
Yeah, it is.
Is this
it's falling apart. It's falling apart.
Is this a cake that's flailing?
Yeah.
Let's save this cake. Manbeast is dying. Oh, he's alive. He tapped out. He kicked out at 2.
Wake up.
And the crowd goes wild.
Oh my God.
So, man, I know you've had some grievances to air as of recently. It was a specific wrestling program. Why don't you tell some people what's going on with it?
I just feel like I just got approached like this is a news interview. Oh gosh. I feel, gosh, I'm scared to tackle it. Oh no.
No, but like just so because I know Adam. Are you aware of what they're doing
No.
with like the commercials and stuff, man?
Nope.
Just explain to Adam what they're doing
Yeah,
with
please
like
elaborate.
the subscriptions and the commercials and like.
I'm confused.
I've kind of lost
With the
track
network.
of it, so
Are you talking about like where they're possibly getting rid of the pay-per-views?
Yeah.
Oh,
With the network.
like the WWE Network, man. You know how like a perk of it that you pay every month is you get the live monthly pay-per-views when they air. And there's rumors floating around that somebody may be purchasing the rights to that. So if that's the case, those pay-per-views may leave this streaming service. And it's probably, I imagine it's going to kill a lot of business. I don't know that. I'm not a businessman, but it just seems really fucking dumb. And the rumor is that ESPN Plus is probably where the pay-per-views would be a home to.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, that's probably going back to paying full pay-per-view price.
Which is
like
stupid.
which is like, could be $50-$60, something of that nature. And I'm just like, well, that's bananas. I'm sorry I wasn't clear on where that was going at first. I was just like, oh God, I'm going to talk about wrestling. This is all I do. I feel like I'm being tested, but it wasn't actual wrestling. It was a different side of it, so that's kind of a relief. It's something that I have.
Subscription plan.
It's something that I have paid for 5 years, strictly on that premise.
You've well got into $1,000 into this.
Oh no, not that much. Well,
If you think about it over an
I don't
extended
know.
amount of time.
If you took $10 a month and you times that practically by 5 years, I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, because that would be $120. Well,
It would be $120 a year
times 5.
$600 roughly.
I guess I'm not doing the math. I'm terrible at math.
120 times 5. Yeah, that'd be 600.
Yeah, okay. I believe.
Well, that's really heartbreaking. That could have been like quite a big chunk of a car payment. I could have paid a big bill off with that. That would have been beautiful. Oh my gosh!
Can I be excused a moment?
Why are you being
No,
excused?
sir. You
We're
have
gonna
to
beat
sit
you
right there.
We're gonna beat you. You're
You are buckled in.
I would like to get some more of our sponsored beer for the evening.
beer for the evening. I would like to ask, or not ask. God damn, where's my brain today? It was left in the oven. That had to have been what happened. It was clearly left in the oven. It was very
Overbaked
overbaked. We are currently in Adam's den. I don't know if that's what he would call it.
I'd call it that.
It's very nice.
The room of doom.
The room of doom. Listen to you. Dale Earnhardt is on the wall. The room of doom. The room of death.
He was the intimidator, man. And fuck walls.
The intimidator.
Yep.
I remember oddly enough, I was a kid and I cried when I heard that Dale Earnhardt died.
I mean,
Isn't that weird?
He was one of those guys that like back in the day that when redneck shit was okay.
Manbeast
and that kind of
cried
stuff. It was
too.
just- I don't know, man. He was like sticking out for everybody, all the working class. You know, I just kind of like that. He was kind
I
of cool.
remember
like
my
that.
brother-in-law calling me. Or calling my dad and telling him, and my dad just kind of saying it offhand, and I was like, I don't know why. Why is it Dale
Like,
Earnhardt and Rodney Dangerfield were like the two people I cried at?
My dad was actually at that race when he got killed. That is no joke.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's seen it happen. Kind of weird.
That is weird. That's like, God. Hey, can you imagine what it's like to be one of those people that went to the Pantera show where, was it a Pantera show?
Yeah.
I know
no,
if it's Pantera.
it wasn't Pantera. It was what do they call it after that?
Damage Plan or
Yes,
something?
Damage Plan. And that guy that had a problem apparently with Dimebag. And it was in what, Dayton, Ohio or something?
I can't remember.
It was somewhere in Ohio, I think. I'm sorry, correct me if I'm wrong. But and he got shot over that.
I mean, could you imagine
so
being
stupid.
one of the people that was in attendance
Oh, dude.
that just watched that unfold, or hell, man, being one of those people that
I'd be
was at that
pissed.
Las Vegas shooting? What was it, a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
I mean,
They're in that country show or whatever. I can't remember.
well, I mean,
There's
you gotta
been
think,
so fucking many of
yeah,
them.
there was Ariana Grande over in the UK.
There was a shooting at her concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, as far as the United States, I feel like that was the largest one.
Yeah, the Las
one in
Vegas
Las
one.
Vegas.
Like, why?
Dude.
Why do you not notice somebody stockpiling weapons in a hotel room?
Like,
For fun. I mean, who knows? It's just something they do for fun.
Why is that a normal thing?
it's
in
always
America?
these major fuck up things. You see a pattern where it's always like there was so much information that was obvious. Like, hey, I've got 42 bags or whatever I need to pack to my room. Hey, red flag. Like,
Red flag.
I mean, sorry, but
I remember like about 2 years after I got out of high school, I remember one time we were sneaking into, I was trying to sneak weed into a hotel. I was so fucking paranoid, man. Like, I don't know why. Oh my God. No, I remember it was Evansville. I was with you.
Shout out to Evansville.
Shout out to Evansville. Shout out to Random Hero. He knows who he is. We miss you, buddy. You need to call me, goddammit. Quit being so stingy, and congratulations on your future marriage. May we, if there's a bachelor party, I'm sorry in advance. That probably sounded like a vague threat, and I do not mean it to be. I'm sorry if we're boring any of the listeners out there. This just sounds like a monologue of our daily lives. There's really nothing that we feel that seems... Well, there's nothing. It just seems like there's any interest to get into.
no.
It is true. It's been a pretty well.
I mean, there's definitely shit to talk about, but... I mean, you've already heard it. You've heard it before.
You need a break from the shit because that's all the media talks about 24/7.
Why not get to know us a little bit?
Because we're terrible people.
We are terrible people. I wouldn't listen to us.
Don't know me.
I don't know you. Get out of my fucking face.
No, bro.
A perfect channel if you don't know yourself and would like to possibly know yourself and us. Come on by. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Come on, get your brain full of this here cake. We're going to stick it
What
in
is this?
here.
2001 YouTube.
Oh, God.
So
Like and subscribe.
are we carrots if we're brain food?
Wait, 2000.
Oh, I was gonna say, you was talking about being in like, I don't know where you were going, but you told your story about way back in the day.
About trying
How
to sneak
like
weed.
being somewhere at a specific time that something like that happened, or being near that place or whatever.
Like what happened?
Like with the shooting or whatever, when the guy killed himself on stage. I was gonna say it's kind of weird to me that when my dad drove a semi, I was actually with him in New York. Like I think it was a couple months before 9/11 happened.
Oh, really?
We have pictures of the Twin Towers from when we were there.
That's cool.
That's a pretty crazy thing to think about.
You were like what?
You were within the
Yeah,
time
in
period
grade
of
school,
whenever
yeah.
it. Man, like time and place, chances, everything, you never know. That's what, and that comes back to the whole coronavirus thing. It's like,
We are that generation of 9/11.
yeah.
Pretty much. That's crazy to think about in our society. And then you see it how people are voting and what they believe in.
Mm-hmm.
It's no wonder. It's the echoes of that, you know, in our society. We were like, yeah, we're not like those people.
Yeah,
We don't do what they do.
I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I get that. I get that.
Now there's a ghost here. Manbeast has died.
Yeah, Manbeast has passed on.
Adam ran away to get something to drink. Guys, welcome to J&J.
Yeah, we're going. This is a throwback to 2013. God help you all.
It's a new program now. We're sorry.
Yeah, we are so sorry.
It shouldn't take us this long to actually do something.
It shouldn't take us this long to actually get our brains working to get this together. This is a strange location. We could have all types of excuses, but there really isn't any.
It's kind of a brain-baked episode, too.
And then that's what you say. That's your words, young man.
It is my words, and I'm sticking to it, by God.
By God, you stuck to the wall like...
I'm going to stick to the ceiling like George Carlin.
I almost made a Scary Movie reference. They were like the first Scary Movie.
Oh, yeah, when the dude, like, gets off and...
He gets plastered to the wall.
Yeah.
Love
me some cummies.
Did you say cummies?
I did say cummies, sir.
What the fuck is a cummie?
Cummy is sperm, ejaculate. The white shit that comes out of the tip of the dick. After you rub it too long.
Is it like pre-cum?
No.
What have I walked in on?
Apparently cummies.
Cummies.
Cummies. You coming in a tray
No,
form like
that's
gummies or what?
No, that's what comes out the tip of the dick when you rub it too long.
Cummies.
What is it with you on this show sometimes? Almost every time you're on here, you got to bring up jizz and some fun. God damn, you got me flustered.
Because, man, I'm a little cum dumpster. I'm sorry.
I'm a little. You need to put that on a T-shirt. I'm a little cum dumpster.
No, that sounds.
Can we put a crown on it?
It just has to say I'm a cum dumpster. It can't say I'm a little cum dumpster.
Is it just gotta say it in like bold lettering, like bold Arial black font?
Well, it has to say I'm a in small font, but then cum dumpster has to be really fucking huge.
Cum dumpster needs to be like dripped in blood.
Dripped in blood, yes.
Blood and cum. Well, not blood and cum. Jesus.
And you have to have like black and white outlines of prolapsed assholes around it, so it looks like roses.
That's beautiful.
Oh my God, it's the outside world. What are you doing? Get over here. Sit your ass down, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, I
am sorry, guys.
I believe this man is intoxicated.
Audio listeners.
God bless your ears. We're here to save you. I don't know where we can go.
Lindsay is going to kill you. You know that, right?
I left the window open.
She's going to choke your gizzard out.
That's all good.
We're going to see a murder tonight.
We're going to see...
I will dance in your blood, sir.
He's going to tap dance in a puddle of your fucking...
oh my God.
Blood, young man.
She's going to have your ass. You'll be sleeping on the couch the next 2
See, now look at you, peer pressure. You're making me want to smoke a cigarette. Can I smoke a cigarette?
Yeah.
No.
Am I allowed?
It's okay.
Oh my
Don't
gosh.
get into this madness. Look what's happening now. You see what you've done?
We've got a window open. That's the only room in the house. It's okay.
He's a bad influence.
Fellas.
I've noticed every episode y'all do, there's always someone smoking or multiple people. So, I mean, it's just tradition.
I mean, like, that is true, and it's a very bad habit. None of us here encourage. None of us here encourage it.
Hey, man, don't ever start smoking.
No. I want to inform everyone here, I'm probably going to break a lot of hearts. And by hearts, I mean yours and Adam's.
What's this?
I think I'm going to shave down to just a mustache.
Excuse
me, he says.
I
want to try.
While I support your personal decisions, and I understand that you have to feel comfortable in your skin, it will be
I feel like this is going to be very left-handed. This feels left-handed already. Go on. Go on.
It will be a shocking turn of events to see you lose that much facial hair at one time.
Come on, guys.
To really
Ease
think
it off,
about
man.
it,
Trim it back a little bit at a
I
time.
have not seen you.
You know, give me like at least a 3-week transition.
I have not seen you clean shaven in at least 3 years, and that was like a 1-day thing, and you continue to grow it again. Like me and you both honestly had a beard going for 6-7 years. It's, we're getting older.
I mean, it's part of who I am.
Else, you know.
I mean, well, look, man. I am 30. I'll be 31 soon. I'm not going to say when, but I will be 31 soon. I always kept my hair buzzed, dude. Right?
Yep.
This is the first time I've ever really fucked with even having hair at all.
I like what you're doing.
I mean, like, I'm trying something different. That's what I'm saying. I mean, maybe a mustache would look okay. Some people think they're tacky or creepy. I honestly don't think mustaches are as out of style as they used to be.
I feel like they're coming back.
I think they're gonna slowly come back like beards.
It's kind of odd to see them come back.
It's like It's like the clean shaven look. It will come back. That was the look of the '90s. Nobody had beards in the '90s. Or well, if they did, it was like goatees. Yeah. Maybe '80s was like more of the clean shaven.
It was goatees and the soul patch.
Soul patch, goatee. They had sideburns. Remember sideburns? Sometimes.
And you would have that pencil.
Yep. Early thousands, you had like thick chops, an awesome goatee.
People are weird when you think about it, man.
And we go through ages with like facial hair. We really do.
Oh yeah, I mean. Beards have transitioned over time. Like, the fads of them have always changed.
Like, 2012, everyone had a beard.
Yeah, beards took, like, at least in the United States, beards came back huge. And a lot of people associate them with hipsters. Yep. I mean, like, people, like, and if we were in 2013 or something, people would look at you and be like, that's a hipster out there because it's the flannel, it's the glasses, it's the thick rim. I don't think that.
It became normalized.
I don't like putting a label on stuff.
Right, I mean, like, and there's no sense to. I'm just saying, like, that, I mean, that was what it was. That was the style, though. That was the style of the time.
Look, I would explain my style as, like, 90s skater grunge. Because that's just the style that influenced me as a child, that I was like, when I get old enough to just dress myself, that's probably the way I'm going to dress. And I appreciate it now because no one really dresses that way.
Mm-hmm. Right. I have two very split ends of how I dress. I mean, you know that. I either dress... It's always either very questionable band T-shirts. Or questionable podcasts, or...
Oh my God.
What are you doing, young man?
Turn the fan on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man cannot sit still.
No, never could. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
But anyways, go on.
No more cabin brew for this man. What?
You were saying something about T-shirts and something else?
Oh. It's either dressing in the most questionable, like, deathy T-shirts or whatever... Or it's dressing very dressy, I guess, very business casual a lot of the times.
Yeah, it's a lot of business casual.
So, and my personality probably doesn't represent that, but you got to think, me on here and me in my real life is two entirely different things. So, are they?
Oh my God, Manbeast.
Oh my God, Manbeast is snoring. Don't wake him. The dry humping can begin.
The dry humping. Oh God, no, we're not going to sexually.
Yeah, let's not revisit that. Let's not go back down that rabbit hole, shall we? Oh my God! For those of you that are listening, by the time this ever airs, if it does, I don't know. SOS either way. This is up to the Grandmaster himself, the Overlord, our Overseer, the one that he doesn't pay our bills, but he does emotionally.
Yes.
So we leave it in his hands, and you best be getting out of my ear, young man. I'm telling you.
Well, give me one of them things over there.
One of those things. Listen to him.
Those thingies.
One of those thingies. I mean, like, I think we'll go a couple more minutes before we end up wrapping this up.
So, Adam.
Yep.
Yes.
What have you read up on, like, or how do you feel? Because you're someone who don't have social media. How do you feel about the way social media tracks people and, like, the way that people have leaked data off of social media? How do you feel about that as someone who don't have it? Knowing that you're still being tracked by like credit card purchases, and then like Apple's tracking you through your phone services and shit like that.
And I have a question to follow up on that after that. So
That's a lot piled on there.
yeah, go ahead. Just go ahead.
Just kind of
First off, I want to start at the beginning. When I decided, I'm like, things wouldn't, around 2014, they wouldn't so, like, everything was advertised, like, go to Facebook, look us up on Google, Twitter. I really just decided at that moment, I'm like, I'm really done with it, because I'm sick of seeing everybody's stuff. Like, I don't care. I don't want to see what you was into today. If you want to get up with me, you call me or something, I'm like, everybody's shit don't matter to me, and I'm like, I respect you enough that you do your shit, I'll do my shit. I don't have to share that to the world.
Yeah, it's
That's the way I
screaming
look
into
at
the
it.
void is basically what it is.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it don't exist. In my opinion, it really don't exist. It's something we've made up to give ourselves comfort in some way.
It's an echo chamber we've created for ourselves. We surround ourselves. It's a hive mind we've created for ourselves to be around.
I've decided that, no one really truly agrees, even though we're really close friends, but we don't always agree on 100% things.
I mean, as people should, man. I mean, we won't learn anything.
Every
from each
human
other.
being has to not completely agree, because that's how you get shit done. I would rather see life in a natural state that's more real, like what's going on in front of me, instead of something that's made up online.
Yeah.
Like,
So, but like, how do you feel when you see that like Facebook and stuff, knowing that
other people's stuff has got leaked
yeah
and stuff,
like, because you've
even
got
still
people,
now, like you said, when I make a credit card purchase,
knowing that they track that, and
I think it's funny. My phone in particular, not name dropping anything, but like I was talking to a customer the other day at my business, and their name begins with an S, and you said it, and all of a sudden my phone thought I was talking to it, so it's eavesdropping.
right.
I'm not truly comfortable with that yet. I understand that's going to eventually be a thing where, we talk to a device in our home and it communicates our lights. I'm like, we're more or less, in my opinion, becoming lazier.
Yeah.
We can use technologies for other senses, but we're truly just using it to make us lazy.
I mean, technology. Its entirety. To me, its premise alone is just to make the lives of human beings easier.
I get that.
And convenience for us. But I do get what you're saying, because I agree with that as well. I mean, like, there's a sacrifice you make to not your senses so much, just as your drive. I think your drive weakens.
I'm going to go with the devil's advocate here and say that
Have at it, sir.
when you think about it, it's nice to know that your lights and air and heat and all that shit's on a schedule of knowing when you get off work, so that the moment you walk through the door, it's going to turn on your lights and your TV and set your air to a perfect temperature and all that shit.
Do you think it conditions us even more to rely on something as much as electricity and forget just basic survival instincts?
Well,
or do you think the damage at that point is already done, and that's really up to us if we want to learn those skills and traits?
This is kind of how I feel
in
about
some
it.
sort of apocalyptic,
I'm all for the automated systems like that, but
As
I'm gonna
am
say
I.
that like we need that manual backup system of like the thermostat we have in our apartment, where it's a manual gauge you have to move.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to have that creature comfort of an automatic one also, so that you always have that fail safe of, okay, this one's not working the way I want it, I'm going to disconnect it and do this one.
I mean, as long as you had both as an option, yeah, I mean, that's perfectly fine.
I think people forget that it's important to have those backups, because technology has
Absolutely.
weaknesses.
Yeah.
Just because that's part of my field, is those thermostats you're talking about.
Yeah, go ahead.
They have a personality chip. They actually develop a personality and send you data,
Based on like,
and you got to pay for data, and data leaks, and people get information about. It's a more accurate reading where we can say 90% of Americans, their homes are at 72 degrees year round. And like, that's your information.
Yeah,
And they
your
say
privacy. And that's just
Like,
that's just
so-
that's just like the most minute information.
This is what gets me.
from the
Companies-
music you
Yeah.
like to the temperature of your home.
But guys, don't forget, it's all anonymous. But
Yeah, it's all
remember,
anonymous.
It is all anonymous.
It's all anonymous, but they can still see all of like where you're at, where your device has been. Even if it's anonymous data and doesn't have your name on it, it still shows where you've been, where you live. So now they have your thermostat and your lights and all that shit. They know your Wi-Fi, and then they know where you work because that's where you travel to the most often. They know the stores you shop at because that's your credit card purchases. Even though it's anonymous, they can track your device to being there at a certain time. Like, think about it.
Anytime
It's crazy.
anytime you go to any restaurant, any store,
And yet,
about like 5 minutes after you leave,
why
you're gonna
aren't we
get a
getting paid for
notification
this
on your
data?
phone that says, "How was your trip to wherever?" Fill in
Yeah.
the blank, and it's like, bro, you need to step the fuck up off my fucking
Right.
nuts.
so why aren't we getting paid for this data since it's being harvested off of us?
They're making money off something that.
But
don't
they're-
exist.
but
we
they're
could make
using-
it we could make it a data economy. Think about that. Think of how much more richer America would be. We could use the data economy to run social programs, since it's built on the back of social media. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do smell what you. I do smell what you're cooking.
This is
Dwayne Johnson.
This is why I love our generation, because we was brought up in this time that I remember in school they was introducing us to computers, how hard drives work.
That's that's actually a strange generation gap that you bring up, because
We were
if you brought that
taught
up
that.
now, you could talk to really anybody under the age of 21 now, and that would be like bewilderment would be written all across their face, dude, if you were explaining classes such as keyboarding.
Yeah,
keyboarding
I took
class.
keyboarding.
Just technology class, just understanding basic
No, you gotta
programs.
send a text. No. Like, I remember when you had to blow on the cartridge before you can play Mario, you know?
I mean,
We were that generation this stuff got introduced to. We
We're the
found it
lost
first.
generation.
Yeah.
Because we grew up at the end of having no technology to the
if you could
sudden explosion of having technology everywhere.
If you can recall floppy disks, your life is a mess.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty fair to say.
My 8th grade portfolio was on a floppy disk.
Oh my God, dude! And they used to freak out because they'd be like, "Don't like you
Don't
had to name
shake
it a certain
it,
way."
you know, yeah.
They didn't want you to like name shit that weird names or nothing like that.
I remember accessing the internet browser at school. All right, type in /HTTP
remember when we went-
www dot, you know.
When we
like,
went to the
to spell
computer
whole
lab
thing
and had
out.
to use Yahoo search for shit.
Yep.
Yahoo search.
I remember Yahoo and Ask Jeeves.
Yeah,
Is that
we
still
would use
around?
Ask Jeeves. No,
No.
I don't. Actually, I don't know. Ask.com is because that's
was
what
Bing
Ask
the
Jeeves
other
is.
one?
It wasn't Bing. It was MSN back then.
Yeah, MSN search. Oh my God, dude, that's taking me back. I don't like that. Those are dark days on the
If
internet.
you know
Think
how
about
to
this.
properly clean a mouse,
Yeah. Well, a ball
Yeah.
mouse.
yeah, a ball mouse, then you're in this age group.
Think about this too, man. We grew up in an era where people weren't constantly updating each other about their lives.
Right.
And relatively, like, the same shit was happening, okay? But it wasn't in everybody's faces like it is
Right.
today. So we have to find that balance again of, okay, well, there's no way to stop all of it.
Right.
So how can we, like, continue our lives while acknowledging that it's a problem, but there's no way to really stop all of it?
Right.
I lost. Train of thought just died on me.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry if I was a distraction by any means. I was just distracted by the beast.
Yeah, Manbeast.
His head is hung low.
I did have another question, by the way. I wanted to ask Adam, since it's something he could speak on that Jeremy nor I could speak on
Do
currently.
you have FOMO?
What's that?
Fear of missing out on like memes and stuff like that?
Not really.
What, like being culturally relevant, like
Yeah.
online?
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
really, in the grand scheme of things, though, like I get it because that shit doesn't
Like-
matter. In the it doesn't matter. None of that shit
Yeah,
matters.
going
It's
back-
it's just it's like you all said earlier. A social media, online presence, all the stuff that's floating around, that stuff. It's just what we've created. Just
The best way to think about it is there was a time no one's grandma knew what you looked like until you got a new school photo.
yeah.
You know, now it's like
And now
every
people
day,
know
like,
every
yeah.
fucking 2 hours if they. Some people are incessant enough to post that often.
I'll say this, just to finish all that, I noticed after I quit social media a few months later, I'm starting to notice people more. And you start noticing everyone's on their fucking phone.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. Since you aren't on social media, you remember being on it, and then I mean, now you're not on it. Did you have I'm sure you had some emotional changes, especially if you were an active changes. Especially if you were an active user of it.
At that time, I might have particularly there was a few things. You know, the internet, it attracts to you the things it wants you to see or maybe judging from where you live, you know, things that's around you. And I felt a lot of that was influencing me to like that. Well, when you like something, it shows everybody that one thing. You're great. And I ain't gonna wake him up. But it was influencing me maybe in some negative things. And I got overwhelmed with a lot of negativity in my life during that time. So I kind of feel that social media, in a way, is a negative thing.
It absolutely is. I mean, there's some positives to it, but there's all, oh my God.
Well, think about it. What gets, okay, so it'll go back to something you said on J&J once. What do you think actually gets those interactions? It's the negativity, the outrages.
It's the people that get angry.
The shares, the likes.
What we learn in school, you cannot have a story, short story, whatever, without it being so perfectly written to keep you entertained.
Right.
Oh my God.
It's great.
It's amazing.
God, don't let it sleepwalk.
Love Thunder.
Do not feed, what are we calling him tonight?
Manbeast. He's the Manbeast.
Do not feed the Manbeast after midnight.
Oh my gosh. But dude, I really think it's great that you aren't on social media in any capacity.
I love life.
I think it's really depressing because I'm like you. I mean, I am on social media. I mean, just for unfortunate reasons I need to be.
The sad part is I don't get to see all the cool things you all are into until we, come back and talk. And it picks up right where it left off. But I don't get to see who you are now.
But you don't need social media for that. I mean, fuck, you have other means.
Yeah.
You have your messengers. You have your Snapchats. You have your video chats.
That's the only thing I do anymore is Snapchat. And there's only a few select people I have.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean that, and some people would consider that social media, like Snapchat, but that's not. It kind of is, but it's not.
It depends on how you use it, really.
If you're not using it for stories and you're just sending personal snaps all the time, I mean, what the fuck is it to anybody else between you and the other person?
I got two sides about Snapchat. You got one that, oh my God,
the storm is rolling in.
It's a brewing.
Brewing, it done brewed. It blew the fucking top off the kettle, motherfucker.
The two sides about it. I like the fact that you see a picture and then it's gone in 10 seconds, right?
Yeah.
The information you sent is now gone. And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, is it really truly gone?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because whenever I send a snap, all I think of every time is that the snappackle. Was it the snappackle? God damn it. The
Snapocalypse,
yeah. When all that shit was going around.
Or no, the snapping.
The snapping, yes.
He's such a man beast, though.
Oh my God. A fucking behemoth.
You're a hammer.
I will say this, just kind of in closing there.
Yeah.
Kind of playing the other side. The only reason I kind of don't want to pull away from social media is that I realize the internet is basically a log of human history.
Yeah.
And
I agree
I
with
kind of, at that point, I'm like, in the future, when they look back on Facebook as an archive of the 21st century, what aspect of it, will I be left out of? Or will they analyze who I was as a person and shit like that?
Do you remember having a MySpace?
Yes.
And does your MySpace still exist?
I am not for sure.
I tried to look mine up, okay, and everything's gone. So, where's that information from that past? That's what I'm afraid of about Facebook, too. Everything everybody thinks.
Well, see, I know Facebook,
go away.
Even if you delete your Facebook
it's still
has
there
to keep your data for so long. All right, guys.
Yeah, I think it's time.
But I want to say this.
Yes,
Go ahead, sir.
Give
This
us your
this
closing
day is
thoughts.
leap year. This may be
Oh
airing.
yes, today
this
is happy leap year, everyone.
this day actually doesn't exist.
Yeah. Wow, we have recorded this on a day it's vanished. After today, it will be no more for another 4 years.
Yep. I hope we can do this again in 4 years. Maybe something a little. I don't know. Put a little spice on it.
Something's.
Oh my gosh.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the next. Wait. For the next. For the minute. God damn. For the next minute or two, we're going to bow out quietly, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you have a great one. And if you're listening to this, trying to go to sleep tonight, let the soothing sounds of the beast take you to Betty Bye. Have a good one, everyone.